The Chinese never militarily invaded Japan. However, the Chinese did have an enormous influence in the development of Japanese political and cultural systems. The earliest inhabitants of Japan were nomadic peoples from Northeast Asia who migrated there about 35,000 years ago. Now, the establishment of the Sui and Tang dynasties in China had repercussions in Japan. One of the aristocratic clans in Japan insisted on its precedence over the others, although it never really wielded effective authority outside of its territory, in central Japan. Inspired by the Tang, this clan claimed imperial authority and introduced reforms to centralize Japanese politics. The imperial house established a court modeled from the Tang, instituted a Chinese-style bureaucracy, implemented an equal field system, provided official support for Buddhism and Confucianism, and moved its capital to Nara, which was a replica of the Tang capital of Chang'an. Like Chang'an, Nara was established as a planned capital city, with its streets laid out in a grid and plots of land allocated according to a person's rank. The higher rank you are, the closer you were to the palace. The Nara court had no foreign crises nor great civil wars to deal with. Its greatest problems included a smallpox epidemic, succession problems, and power struggles. In order to reduce the power of the Buddhist hierarchy and rival aristocratic families, the emperor moved the court in 781, ultimately settling in Heian, modern-day Kyoto, in 791, which would serve as the royal capital for 1100 years. During the Heian period, local rulers on Honshu mostly recognized the emperor as Japan's supreme political authority. Japanese emperors rarely ruled, but served as ceremonial figureheads and symbols of authority. Power lay in the Fujiwara family, a clan that controlled affairs from behind the throne, through its influence over the imperial house. In 857, the Fujiwara used intermarriage with the royal family to enable them to exercise great power. One Fujiwara member, Yoshifusa, became the regent to the emperor, and the new governmental position allowed the family to wield real political power. Through the regent system, the Fujiwara were able to dominate the Heian government for centuries. After the 9th century, the Japanese political order featured a split between a publicly recognized imperial authority and a separate agent of effective rule. This pattern accounted for the longevity of the Japanese imperial house. Because emperors have not ruled, they have never been subject to deposition during times of turmoil. Ruling parties and factions have come and gone, but the imperial house still remains.